Hi, this is Mike at Camino Real Park, going for a walk. And how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Just thinking another day about some of the things, principles of life. And one of the things principle that I picked up a while ago that I really kind of try and hold to is that I need to listen much, speak little, and don't become angry. And I've tried to follow those and trying to be a thoughtful person. Anyway, I had a relative, family member that I was talking to one time, and they worked in construction. I also worked in construction. They had just started about a year or two. I'd worked several years in construction. When I was talking with them, they were telling me about this problem. They're having a gap in some material at work, and I asked, well, how big was it? You know, because I thought, yeah, how big? Just from what they're saying, I gathered that it must have been about, half an inch or something like that. And so I said, well, how big was the gap? And they held their fingers, and they said it was that big. And I thought, no, it had to be about this big. And so I said, it had to be this big. And I was giving them some extra. That's about a half inch. And I'm thinking that must have been an eighth of an inch or so was the most it could have been. And I said, okay, about that big? And they said, no, it was that big. And I'm starting to get bothered. I don't think they know what they're talking about. You know, I worked in construction, and I knew about these things. And I said, well, so I squeezed my fingers down to about 3/8 of an inch. And I said, well, it must have been about that big. No, it was about that big. And so I thought, well, this doesn't seem to be going too good. But I said, try it again. It must have been about that big. I went down about 1/8 of an inch, and this kind of went back and forth several times. And then she said it was that big, very angry. Well, maybe not very angry, but very stern to let me know that it was that way. I got to put this thing down so I can show you this here. So, having a hard time with this camera here a little bit. So, they said it was that big. Excuse me. She said it was that big, and she pointed from fingernail to fingernail. And I was so right, but I was so wrong. I was listening, but I wasn't understanding. Anyway, I love that story. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Mike, real estate agent in Ventura. Hope you have a great day. See you next week. Thanks.